I like Call of Duty, and I can't run an economy in a total war game without breaking it and using cheats. So, with that in mind, I decided to try Dark Souls on PC. So this is going to be a far more laid back video, which don't worry, you'll be able to tell because there's nearly zero editing on this video, and I definitely want to do this as my job, but I tried Dark Souls, despite the fact, as my opening sentence revealed, I am as casual as a gamer as they come. And I like it. I like the game. But boy, do I have some things to say on it. And it's not all nice things. First of all, the fucking controls. Like, holy shit, they're garbage. I'm on PC, like I said, and apparently it's good on a controller, but I like mouse and keyboard much more, so, I'm superior. Go fuck yourself. Like, who mapped the key bindings? Like, there's that whole spiel some people say about, oh, it's a console game, you should play it there, not on PC. But my lord, if it's on PC, then do the legwork. Don't half-ass it. Like, I'm genuinely stumped by this decision. You mean to tell me that besides refusing to show PC prompts on screen and pretending like I have an Xbox controller, you simply show the Xbox prompts? And furthermore, like the character controller, it isn't even that crazy. You got a standard walk, dodge, sprint, block, parry, and right and heavy attacks. Like, I know some people might think that's a lot, but it really isn't. It's not like Batman Arkham Overload over there with its half-dozen pointless attacks you only do once or twice before going back to punching and blocking. Now, it's fine though. It's fine. I mean, it's not fine. I'm clearly upset that From Software actively refuses to make a good PC port, but whatever. I spent 20 minutes and had to call my brother to help fix it, but it's fine. The controls are now what a normal developer binds them to. And what do I think of the actual game? Well, this is about to shock some people, but it's not that hard. I don't get what the fuss is about. I was expecting the game to bend me over and Eiffel Tower me, but that's not it. The game simply asks me to be observant of the enemies, and that's it. Yes, there's sweat to it, and the bosses will require at least 4 tries to beat. But after nearly a decade of hearing that this game is the hardest thing in the entire industry, I was really expecting much worse. The enemies get staggered, which allows you to keep attacking, and if they miss their attacks, they're usually stuck in a sort of a slow animation. The game also has a specific pattern with its enemy types, which is pretty standard in the industry, but it's one that I like. You find one enemy of a new type all alone for you to meet, then you find many more later together. It's a pretty common trope in the industry. I don't really know what it's called, but you can find it in tons of other games. There are, however, some really annoying enemies. Even some whose damage output just feels like complete bullshit. I'll get into it later, but I'll just say I haven't stepped on a stick in a while, but thank goodness for that, because I don't want to spontaneously die. The combat in Dark Souls is undoubtedly the best part of the game. And really any From Software game. It is incredibly well designed to the point that dozens of modern games take more than a few hints in regards to the game. However, it is let down by several encounters you meet, mostly with the many mob enemies of the game. Now, don't get me wrong, several of the enemies are fun, despite the fact that they don't really pose much of a threat. Just press the block button, wait for them to attack once, and in 2 hits, they're dead. It's kinda simple and easy, while other mob enemies are the absolute fucking worst. With enemies dealing insane amounts of damage that, despite being as threatening as a rotted apple, it's bizarre. As the world that From Software made is incredibly well done and detailed. It's honestly like an incredible sight that immerses you effortlessly into this great world. But then you punch right out when you meet a corpse holding a big stick that removes a quarter of your health because fuck you, that's why. There's also Mario, who jumps around constantly. I'm like 10 hours in the game as I write this, so there might be more. I don't know, I'm still banging my head against the Abyss Watchers. And oh yeah, the bosses. Boss fights honestly are top tier in the game. They make the frankly annoying mob fights usually worthwhile through their sheer spectacle and theater. Like, the bosses, they're usually weird and over the top in their design, but in a cool way, in an interesting way. For example, you can fight a tree in this game, exclusively through slicing at its balls. It's funny. No, but seriously, it really feels that From Software flexes all of their muscles here, and all of the game systems start working as they should. The auto-lock camera doesn't bug out as well. Typically, there's only one enemy to fight, so you're not trying desperately to lock onto an enemy that for some reason the camera doesn't lock onto. And your slow and cumbersome animations don't feel as bad because at least the boss fights also have slow animations. The boss fights are really good. In my eyes, they're practically worth the price of admission for the game. From my understanding, here's the rule regarding combat in Dark Souls 3. At least whenever you're not fighting bullshit enemies in the swamp area or for some of the boss fights. If you look at the enemy animations and how they attack specifically, and you react according to them, you'll be fine. You'll notice, for example, Meatbag number 1 is swinging his club from his left to his right, then that means dodge to your left, and stuff like that. The game is good, and no, I'm not about to ask for a difficulty slider or a map or whatever. I would personally like to see at least a map if From Software decides to make another linear game. But honestly, what I really want From Software to do most of all is make the game that they really want to make, not something that's for everyone. When playing a game like this that I like but I don't love, I usually go back to Racevic's final words in his review for Control. I am more glad that From Software made a game that's for a specific someone rather than for everyone, and that applies here. I am enjoying Dark Souls 3, but it isn't really my cup of tea, and I doubt I'll replay much of it. I definitely won't play Elden Ring, but I am glad that these are well-regarded games, as they are made with something that there is a lack of in the AAA space in the industry: power. Thanks for watching.